Hi everyone. I'm continuing my series on using Python to increment the dictionary value. This is the fourth method that I'm utilizing to do so. I've already went over three others in the series. Uh, this one is pretty much using the default dictionary. Basically, you have to import this. This is not one of the built-in functions. You have to import it from the collections. So from collections, import dictionary, Defaultdic. Uh, Much of the code is similar to everything I've done. I'll go through it in a minute. But the the part here I'm going to do is I'm going to do parts, a singular check, and basically cycling through an entire list. So right now I have it running. So right now it's checking for the keyword apple, and it's going through and the dictionary looking for the key, and it's going to increment it by one, and then printing it out the next dictionary. So as you can see, they all start off with the default values of 0 and they move to 1. So, but this only works with 1. If you notice, like I've mentioned before in my text, I like bananas and apples, bananas and apples. There are 2 apples in here. So uh, it only picking up 1. And this is good if you just want to work with one value, but if you want to like cycle through an entire text field or text and increment and do a word count in all of them, uh, you need a little bit more robustness to it. So that's what the second part I have that does. Now, if you look, I mean, you're basically doing basically the same thing. You kind of like use the default dictionary int and the dictionary, and then you use a key, and you cycle through the full list of the text of the values that oh, we're going to cycle through, and then you look for each one of the keys, and you increment them by one. And then if you print out the results, let's do that real quick. And if you notice, it tells you the class is int, and bananas has 2, apples has 2, likes 1, eyes 1, and ants are 3. And that's pretty much what's in the text. Now, for those that haven't seen other videos, I mean, I'm going to go through how I set this all up. I start off with obviously a string, and I like bananas and apples and bananas and apples. It's a class string. That's the type, and it prints out there. I wanted to make this a little more complex, so I have some values here that I want to extract out. So here, I'm creating an array and items that I want to extract out, and then I'm looping through them using the replace function and replacing them with an empty string. And I'm also further converting it to lowercase. So indexing in the dictionary would be a little bit easier and more useful. And then I'm still working with a string character at this point in time. But now you have to start to convert it to a dictionary. You have to start moving into the list kind of construct. So the first problem is I want to have a list that of all the values I have. So that's why I'm just using the split function by itself to run and just to get a list. So you can see I like bananas and apples and bananas and apples, and that's the entire text that I want to index. But now you need to, actually start working with trying to convert it into dictionaries. So the first step I did is to convert it to a set. So now I'm using the set function on a list to convert it into a set. And if you see here, here's the set, and it also, using the split function, I'm also removing the, all the duplicates. So it does two things at one time. So the set and it removes the duplicates. Then the next thing is to convert it into a dictionary class, and that's I'm using the from keys. Now, if you notice, there's no, dictionary has key and value, and so these are just the keys, and but the values is going to be the counter. And so to initialize the counter, I'm using the count function and the full list. I could put any other list. I mean, I could basically do just about anything here and use the count function, and it's going to use a number here. I have to put some kind of value here. So in here, it could be empty string at this particular type, but I can actually put full list, full firm, I mean, whatever I want, because it's still going to initialize the dictionary with a 0 value, which is right here. And then moving into the loop down here that I already just explained, and that's pretty much using the default dictionary and a collection. There's more to default dictionary than this, but it's uh, I'm just this is just a code snippet on how to utilize it. Have a nice day. Thank you.